running on envy, isn't it? सुनिए जी, उन्होंने नया टीवी खरीद लिया, कितना अच्छा है, हाँ? हमको भी ऐसा ही चाहिए, हम ये छोटी टीवी से क्या करेंगे, हाँ? So there is always some competition, right? Once, you know, this Joel Osteen, who does Christian ministry preaching, he was giving a very beautiful example. He said his father had bought the latest, newest Mercedes, nice car, the state of the art, the best car available. And like a typical American family, when he brought the car home, they were very happy. They all went in the car to the restaurant, they had food, everything, and they brought something back, and they were just munching, watching television. Like any family would do, they were watching television. Right at that moment, there was an advertisement of a car. And this was showing the latest model car. So first they were showing the steering, state-of-the-art steering, power steering, and the wheel, alloy steel, and latest developments, and each part. And his father was beginning to shiver because he just bought this car. Did I miss this one? Did I miss a better car? What did I do? Did I commit a mistake by buying this car? So he was completely sweating, he was completely shivering. And then when they took a long shot of that car, it was the same car. So there is it. I am saved. Huh? So like this, everything we acquire in this world, one day it is going to be outdated. Isn't it? And then we think, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. So in this material world is characterized by two things. In individual approach, he says, every person in this world has two kinds of thoughts. In a day, we get 60,000 thoughts, minimum on an average. Human produces 60,000 thoughts. Can you imagine? Let's sit one day and start counting. But it is so fast, you cannot even count. Huh? Scientists cannot invent a countometer, right? How to count your thoughts. Can the scientists invent that? Can the scientists produce a mindometer where you can read the mind? Every husband would have been happy. He could have seen what his wife is thinking today. She's ready with a balloon. Or what is she? Is she happy? What can I do? Huh? Unfortunately, such a machine hasn't come. You cannot measure anything. You cannot measure anything subtle. So science is where it is. Whereas Bhagavad Gita states amazing things. Bhagavad Gita states, as long as the soul is in the body, there is production of blood. The moment the soul leaves the body, production of blood stops. So Prabhupada came to America and he said, he challenged the scientists, he said, you can never make blood because Bhagavad Gita says, blood is a function of the Atma. Isn't it amazing? And can they produce blood today? No. If you need blood, where do you go? To the latest juice center, right? Blood juice. 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 50% off during Christmas. Fresh blood. You cannot produce blood, right? So in this material world, because everything we see is temporary, is a function of temporary things, and it is illusionary, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So, the one characteristic of material enjoyment is, it never ends. Just like one of my friends, he used to drink a lot in my college. Drink so much that one day he felt very sick. He was hospitalized, almost going to die. He called me. He said, I used to chant Hare Krishna. I was a devotee. So he said, please pray to God. If I am alive, I will never drink again. He really promised me. So I really went and prayed and he got better. The next thing I see is in the bar. Right? So out of frustration, we may give up something. But until and unless there is purification, we cannot really give up something completely. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the mind, out of frustration, anger, or any of the emotions, when it takes any decisions, they can never sustain for long. The only when it gets right spiritual knowledge, he can follow any vow in this world, says in Bhagavad Gita. But what I want to explain is I'll explain with a nice story that Bhishma Pitama tells his Pandavas. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that although now we realize we are Atma, we realize we are Atma, because of this Atma this body is alive, right? But we have this body till then to contend with, till we die, till we become devotees or spiritualists, we have to contend with this body. And we have to live till we die, right? And the best way to attain peace of mind, to attain happiness in this world, is by a win-win philosophy. He explains, we should have a win-win philosophy, in which, of course, everyone wants their freedom, happiness, whatever he wants to do, but you arrange it in such a way that even the other person, as long as it's not finishing you off, we can give somebody some place and let everybody live happily in this world. All these principles, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, as you come closer to Krishna, these principles become very easy to follow. The more you go away from Krishna, these principles becomes very difficult to follow. So in Mahabharata, there is in the Shanti Parva, Bhishma Deva tells a very special story to Yudhishthira Maharaj as he is speaking about Dharma. So he says that he gives the example of a cat and a rat story. So there was a rat, and the name of that rat was Palika. And there was a cat by the name of Lomasha. They used to always play the cat and mouse, right? You've seen Tom and Jerry, right? So this is the Mahabharata version, the real original version. So they used to play cat and mouse every day. One day, this rat, Palika, comes out of its rat hole, and it sees something amazing. The cat Lomasha is trapped. How is it trapped? A hunter has put 3 wires and he has kept food in front of that. And this cat somehow gets into that exact wires and tries to eat that food. And it gets stuck in those 3 wires. So one at the neck, one at the back, and one at the waist. And the cat is stuck. So now the rat is very happy. Says, this is it. Now it's August 15, 1947. I am free. He says, I am free. July 4th, whatever. I am free. I am happy. Now this cat will never trouble me. But unfortunately, nature has its ways. So, an eagle, at that time, an eagle comes swooping down. And the rat has to immediately make a decision. Because the rat is a little bit away from his hole and very close to the cat because he was trying to make fun of the cat. They were stuck. I'm happy. So this eagle is coming down, the rat immediately calculates, if I run back to my hole, the eagle has enough time to catch me. If I run away into the forest, the eagle will catch me anyway. Now the rat has to make a deal. Like the US government debt, they have to make a deal all the time. So the rat made a deal. He went to the cat. He tells, Lomasha, I know you like to eat me, but here I have a deal for you. So the cat thinks, my God, what a deal. So he says, the deal is, I have the teeth to actually cut these wires. If you save me from this eagle, then I will free you from this and you will be saved from the hunter. So both of us are happy. So the cat says immediately, when you are in trouble, you accept any offer, right? So the cat immediately says, see, you are such a great personality. If I had helped you in the past and you are returning my help, you are still great. But without me helping you in the past, you are still returning me a favor. So you are even greater. The rat says, okay, thank you, thank you. That's a little too much. But anyway, so here is my offer. So why don't you accept it? So the cat says, Lomasha says, what do you want to do? He says, I will hide under you. So you protect me, and the deal is, once the eagle goes away, I will free you immediately. So the rat goes below the cat, and the cat protects it, and the cat is stuck. So the eagle kind of hovers for half an hour, and the eagle goes away. So then the rat is now very happy. So he's gone. So he looks at the cat, and the cat is looking at the rat. It says, now your turn. Now free me. So the rat thinks a little bit, and he says, I will keep up my word, don't worry, but I will free you a little later. So the cat thinks, what is this new policy? So from where did you think of this? So the rat says, see, whatever it is, Lomasha, I know that cats cannot give up fondness of rats. So what I will do, I will cut the wire on your neck and your back, lower back. But on the waist, I will leave it there. So again another policy. Now what is this? Even if you want to free me, you are leaving me half. So he says, no. I know if I leave you before the hunter comes, you will definitely eat me off. So what I will do is I will keep this last wire. When the hunter comes close, I will cut this. So the cat is now getting very upset. He's giving him all bad words. Rat says, it's okay. I know what I'm doing. So finally, when the hunter is coming close, very close, right next to the cat, so immediately he cuts it. And then the rat runs, and the cat has no option but to run up the tree. Cat was always thinking, as soon as I am free, I will catch this rat and go. But now with the hunter, the cat has no option. So the rat did a very wonderful job. So the rat went back into the hole. Then the next day, after the hunter went, this cat came back down. This cat came back down, and the cat started saying, Palika, how are you? So this rat thinks, what happened to this cat now? So it does not come out fully, comes a little bit outside, and he says, Lomasha, what is the deal? How come you have become friendly again? We can never be friends. He said, I cannot forget what you did for me. I have a lot of love for you. He says, give up all this love. I know it is not real. So the rat is thinking, how do I get rid of this guy? So the rat is thinking, and he thinks, see, we can only become friends when the hunter comes again. So when the cat thought of the hunter, he ran away. So like this, if you analyze, so Bhishma Deva then tells Pandavas that if the rat hadn't become friends with its enemy, it would have lost, he would have lost himself, and the cat would have gone to the hunter. But in this situation, they both saved themselves. So this material world, so Bhishma Dev says, we have to do what is needed to practically be happy. In the sense, what he says is, we should be very, very tolerant. We should be very, very open. We should be very, very forgiving. So the main quality in this world, which is very difficult to acquire, is forgiveness. Forgiveness, mercy, all these good qualities that are there. So Bhishma Dev says in the Mahabharata that you can develop all these qualities. You can have a win-win situation because the Pandavas were ready. What did Krishna say to Duryodhana in the end? that give them 5 villages.